Do you ever look around and wonder what life will truly be like when you're well into your 70s and beyond? Perhaps you've seen friends or family members start to slow down, their once sharp minds becoming a little foggy, their bodies less capable, relying more and more on others for everyday tasks. It's a painful reality that many face. The gradual erosion of independence, the fear of losing the ability to simply live life on your own terms, that feeling of your world shrinking, of being limited by what your body or mind can no longer do. It's a quiet worry many of us carry, a deeply personal concern about maintaining our dignity and freedom as the years roll on. But what if I told you there's a quiet secret? Not about defying age entirely, but about reclaiming a profound level of vitality and capability that most people simply don't expect after 70. If you can still truly thrive, move with purpose, think with clarity, and wake up with energy well into your 70s, you are indeed one in a million. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 simple, yet incredibly powerful habits that will help you build muscle, sleep better, prevent memory loss, improve digestion, and boost your overall zest for life, enabling you to continue living a full, independent life that most can only dream of. Stick with me, because if you watch to the very end, I'll share something truly surprising that can change everything you thought about aging. Let's dive right into the very first habit that can profoundly change your trajectory after 70. And it might not be what you immediately think of when you picture someone aging gracefully. It's about movement. Yes. But more specifically, it's about intentionally engaging your muscles, what we often call strength training. Now, before you picture yourself in a sweaty gym lifting heavy weights, let's clear the air. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about preserving what you already have and even building a little more. As we age, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. It starts subtly in our 30s, but by the time we hit our 60s and 70s, it can really start to impact our daily lives. Think about it: getting up from a low chair, climbing a flight of stairs, carrying groceries, even just maintaining your balance while walking. All of these seemingly simple actions rely on strong muscles. When those muscles diminish, so does your independence, your stability, and your confidence. The painful reality is that many falls in older adults, which can have devastating consequences, are often linked to muscle weakness and poor balance. So, what can you do? The beauty of this habit is its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. You can start right in your own home. Think of exercises like chair squats, where you simply stand up and sit down from a sturdy chair a few times, or wall push-ups, where you stand a step or two from a wall and gently push yourself away. Then let yourself lean back in. Even lifting light weights, like cans of soup or water bottles, can make a difference. The key is consistency and listening to your body. Start with just 5 or 10 repetitions, 2 or 3 times a week. Gradually, you'll notice that getting up from that chair feels a little easier, that carrying your shopping isn't quite as much of a strain. I remember speaking with Margaret, a lovely woman in her late 70s, who, after a slight fall, was advised by her doctor to start some simple strength exercises. She was skeptical at first, thinking she was too old for that. But she started with chair squats and lifting small hand weights while watching her favorite TV show. Within a few months, she wasn't just walking more confidently, she was gardening again, something she thought she'd had to give up. Her energy levels improved, and she told me she felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing she was actively taking charge of her own well-being. It's not just about physical strength. It's about the mental strength that comes from knowing you're capable, that you're still building, not just declining. It's about keeping that vital spark of independence burning brightly. Now, while keeping your body strong is absolutely vital, let's talk about something equally crucial for that 1 in a million vitality: keeping your mind just as agile and engaged. The second habit we need to embrace is lifelong learning and cognitive engagement. Just as our muscles need to be used to stay strong, our brains thrive on new challenges and consistent stimulation. Have you ever noticed how quickly things can become routine? How easy it is to fall into patterns of thought and activity that require little mental effort? While comfort is nice, our brains actually prefer a bit of a workout. The painful reality is that without this continuous engagement, our cognitive functions, like memory, problem solving, and even our ability to adapt to new situations, can start to dull. It's not just about avoiding memory loss, though that's a significant benefit. It's about maintaining your mental sharpness, your quick wit, and your capacity to learn and grow. No matter your age, your brain is incredibly adaptable, a phenomenon called neuroplasticity, meaning it can continue to form new connections and even grow new brain cells throughout your life. But it needs the right fuel and the right exercise. So, what does this look like in practice? It's simpler than you might think. It could be something as straightforward as tackling a crossword puzzle or a Sudoku every day, or perhaps learning a new language, even just a few phrases a week, using an app or a book. Many people find immense joy and mental stimulation in learning a musical instrument, even if they've never played before. Reading widely, whether it's fiction, non-fiction, or even just keeping up with current events, also keeps your mind active and open to new ideas. Another fantastic way to engage your brain is to pick up a new hobby that requires some mental effort. Maybe it's knitting a complex pattern, trying a new cooking technique, or delving into photography. The key is to challenge yourself, to step outside your usual mental comfort zone. I'm reminded of Arthur, who, at 82, decided to learn how to paint with watercolors. He'd never considered himself artistic, but his granddaughter encouraged him to try. He started with online tutorials, then joined a local community class. Not only did he discover a hidden talent, but he told me how the process of mixing colors, understanding light, and composing a scene kept his mind completely absorbed. He found his memory improving, not just for the painting techniques, but for everyday things too. He felt more alert, more present, and had a wonderful new way to express himself. It's about keeping that curiosity alive, that sparkle in your eyes that comes from discovering something new. When you combine the physical strength to move freely with the mental agility to think clearly, you start to paint a picture of true vitality. Now that we've talked about nurturing your body and sharpening your mind, let's consider what you put into your body, which plays an enormous role in your energy, digestion, and overall well-being. Moving on from strengthening your body and sharpening your mind, let's talk about something incredibly fundamental that impacts everything from your energy levels to your mood, what you choose to eat, and how you listen to your body's signals. This third habit is all about nurturing your gut health and embracing mindful eating. It's not about restrictive diets or counting every calorie, but rather about making smart, conscious choices that fuel your body and support your internal systems. The painful reality is that as we age, our digestive system can become a bit sluggish, leading to issues like constipation, bloating, and poor nutrient absorption. This not only causes discomfort, but can also significantly impact your energy, your immune system, and even your cognitive function. Thanks to the intricate gut-brain connection, many people simply accept these digestive woes as an inevitable part of aging. But they don't have to be. So, how can you cultivate better gut health and become a more mindful eater? It starts with focusing on whole, unprocessed foods. Think about incorporating more fiber-rich foods into your daily meals. Fresh fruits like berries and apples, a variety of colorful vegetables, and whole grains such as oats, brown rice, and wholemeal bread. Fiber acts like a broom for your digestive system and feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which are crucial for everything from digestion to mood regulation. Also, Consider adding fermented foods to your diet a few times a week, like plain yogurt with live cultures, kefir, or even sauerkraut. These foods are packed with probiotics, the good bacteria that help maintain a healthy gut microbiome. Staying well hydrated throughout the day is another simple yet powerful step. Often, what feels like hunger is actually just thirst. And water is essential for smooth digestion. Beyond what you eat, how you eat is just as important. Slow down. Pay attention to your food, its colors, textures, and smells. Chew your food thoroughly. Listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues. This mindful approach can prevent overeating and help your body process food more efficiently. I recently heard about Eleanor, who, in her late 60s, was constantly battling digestive discomfort and fatigue. She felt perpetually tired and attributed it to her age. After talking to a nutritionist, she started making small changes, swapping her morning toast for a bowl of oats with berries, adding more vegetables to her dinner plate, and drinking more water throughout the day. Within a few weeks, she noticed a remarkable difference. Her bloating decreased, her energy levels climbed, and she felt a new lightness. She wasn't on a strict diet. She was simply eating more mindfully and choosing foods that nourished her from the inside out. This shift not only improved her physical comfort, but also lifted her spirits. Now, flowing seamlessly from what we put into our bodies, let's consider another often overlooked cornerstone of vitality, especially as we age, the profound impact of quality sleep. This fourth habit isn't just about getting enough hours in bed. It's about getting truly restorative. Deep sleep that allows your body and mind to repair, rejuvenate, and consolidate memories. The painful reality is that many people over 70 struggle with sleep. They might find it harder to fall asleep, wake up frequently during the night, or simply feel unrested even after what seems like a full night's sleep. There's a common misconception that as you age, you need less sleep. This simply isn't true. While sleep patterns might shift slightly, your body and brain still require 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep for optimal function. Chronic sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired, it can contribute to a host of issues, including impaired memory, reduced concentration, weakened immunity, increased risk of falls, and even a higher likelihood of mood disturbances. It can severely impact that 1 in a million vibrancy we're striving for. So, how can you cultivate better sleep habits? It often starts with establishing a consistent sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time each day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, your circadian rhythm. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine can also work wonders. About an hour before you plan to sleep, wind down. This could involve reading a book, listening to calming music, taking a warm bath, or practicing gentle stretches. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, computers, and even bright televisions for at least an hour before bed, as the blue light they emit can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that signals sleep. Make sure your bedroom environment is conducive to sleep, dark, quiet, and cool. Even minor light or noise can disrupt your sleep cycles. Pay attention to your caffeine and alcohol intake, especially in the afternoon and evening, as both can interfere with sleep quality. And while a heavy meal right before bed can be disruptive, a light, sleep-friendly snack like a banana or a small bowl of oats can sometimes help. I remember hearing about George, a retired teacher in his early 80s, who used to boast about needing only 5 hours of sleep. He was constantly groggy, irritable, and struggling to remember names. After his doctor explained the importance of sleep, George committed to a new routine. He started going to bed at 9 p.m. every night, turning off the TV an hour before, and reading a physical book instead. Within a few weeks, he was sleeping deeper, waking up feeling refreshed, and found his mood significantly improved. He joked that he no longer felt like he was walking through treacle every morning. This transformation wasn't just about feeling better. It was about reclaiming his mental sharpness and enjoying his days more fully. Quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's a fundamental requirement for truly thriving at any age. And especially after 70. Finally, we come to a habit that, while less tangible than diet or exercise, might be the most powerful for sustaining that 1 in a million vitality and joy in your later years, cultivating meaningful social connections and a strong sense of purpose. The painful reality is that as we age, our social circles can naturally shrink. Retirement might reduce daily interactions. Friends and loved ones may move away or pass on. And mobility issues can make it harder to get out and about. This can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, which are not just emotionally painful, but are also linked to serious health risks, including higher rates of depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and even physical ailments. It's not simply about having people around. It's about having meaningful connections, feeling seen, heard, and valued. Equally important is having a reason to get up in the morning, a sense of purpose that gives structure and meaning to your days beyond just existing. So, how do you nurture these vital aspects of life after 70? It's about being proactive and intentional. Start by reaching out to family and friends regularly. A phone call, a video chat, or a simple handwritten note can make a huge difference. Don't wait for others to initiate. Be the one to make the first move. Consider joining clubs or groups that align with your interests. Whether it's a book club, a walking group, a gardening society, a volunteer organization, or a local interest group. These provide opportunities for shared experiences and new friendships. Volunteering is a fantastic way to combine social connection with purpose. Giving back to your community, sharing your skills, or helping those in need not only benefits others, but also provides an immense sense of satisfaction, accomplishment, and belonging. It connects you to something larger than yourself. Think about hobbies you've always wanted to explore or revisit. Learning a new skill in a class setting, as we discussed earlier, can also lead to wonderful new connections. Even adopting a pet can provide companionship and a sense of routine and responsibility. I recently met Mary, who, after her husband passed away, found herself feeling incredibly lonely. She tried joining a few groups but felt a bit lost. Then, a neighbor suggested she volunteer at a local animal shelter, something she loved in her youth. She started slowly, just a few hours a week, walking dogs and cuddling cats. Over time, she not only found deep satisfaction in caring for the animals, but she also formed strong bonds with the other volunteers, sharing stories, laughter, and support. She told me that having a reason to go to the shelter each day, knowing the animals depended on her, brought a renewed sense of purpose to her life. She was no longer just filling her days. She was living them with intention and joy. This isn't just about having friends. It's about having a rich tapestry of relationships and activities that nourish your spirit and remind you that you are a valuable, contributing part of the world. So, we've explored 5 simple yet incredibly powerful habits that can truly transform your experience of aging, allowing you to be that 1 in a million who thrives after 70. We started with the foundational importance of moving your body, embracing strength training to maintain your independence and prevent falls, proving it's never too late to build or retain muscle. Then, we delved into the power of keeping your mind sharp and engaged through lifelong learning and challenging cognitive activities, demonstrating how your brain remains remarkably adaptable and capable of growth. We also talked about nourishing your gut and body through mindful eating, highlighting how simple dietary choices and hydration can dramatically boost your energy and digestion, making you feel lighter and more vibrant. We uncovered the non-negotiable role of quality sleep, stressing that restorative rest is not a luxury but a crucial pillar for mental clarity, physical repair, and sustained energy. And finally, we just discussed the profound impact of cultivating meaningful social connections and finding a strong sense of purpose. reminding us that true vitality comes from belonging and contributing. Remember, the journey to living your best life at every age isn't about grand, sweeping gestures, but about consistent, small, intentional changes. Each of these habits, taken individually, might seem minor, but when woven together, they create a powerful tapestry of well-being that truly allows you to live independently, vibrantly, and with a sharp mind and capable body well into your 70s and beyond. It's about choosing to invest in yourself, day by day, moment by moment. Now, I promised you something surprising at the very end. Something that can change everything you thought about aging and what it means to be that 1 in a million. Here it is. The true surprise isn't a secret pill or a revolutionary exercise. It's not about winning a genetic lottery or being blessed with unusual luck. The 1 in a million quality that allows people to still do this, to live with such independence, joy, and vitality after 70 is simply this: the consistent, unwavering choice to prioritize these simple habits, day after day, year after year. It's not that these habits are unknown. It's that most people don't consistently do them. The surprise is that being extraordinary in your later years isn't about being inherently special. It's about making the surprisingly uncommon choice to commit to the basics, to show up for yourself, to nurture your body and mind with consistent love and effort. That commitment, that daily dedication to these foundational pillars of health, that's what makes you 1 in a million. It's accessible to everyone, but truly embraced by few. And that, my friends, is the most empowering truth of all. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits resonates most with you? What are you already doing? Or what small step will you take starting today? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could inspire someone else. If this video resonated with you, if it gave you even a glimmer of hope or a practical idea, please give it a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. And for more simple, powerful tips on living your best life at every age, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Live your best life at every age. You have more power than you think.